one, the defense is fixed?
Yeah, we've got all of our problems solved after the first practice, so the rest of the season is pretty easy now. Our guys, as always, the first practice is great energy. A lot of guys trying to make the right play but doing too much too quickly. Turnovers were the name of the game today. We had too many turnovers in practice. And I think our guys have to slow down a little bit and understand playing with pace doesn't mean just playing reckless basketball. And we'll get control of that. But it was a very good competitive practice, and guys got after it.
You mentioned you were going to do a lot of defensive drills today. What did you guys do out there?
We worked on everything. We worked on one-on-one defense. We worked on 3-on-3, 4-on-3, 5-on-4, and 5-on-5, and pick and roll transition. So we touched on a lot of areas, but I wanted to make our first practice a competitive practice, and I wanted to make our first practice where defense was the theme of the day, and it definitely was. And like I said, it wasn't perfect. A lot of things that we have to clean up, and we will. But the biggest thing is that guys have shown the effort and commitment that we need in order for us to be an improved defensive team.
Offensively, obviously this is the same system that you ran last year and had so much success. How much time does it take to kind of just get chemistry back together? Something that you already know. This in the second year of that.
Yeah, what I think helps, Chris, is we went down to Atlanta. We had a voluntary mini camp in Atlanta at Paul Millsap's beautiful facility, and that's a situation where we can't pay for guys to go. We can't house them. We can't do anything. We had, I think, 11 or 12 guys show up to that, and what was great was I think the chemistry started there. Like Jamal having a chance to play with Paul Millsap. And that continued. We've had a full gym all September. So coming into camp, we've had a lot of opportunities to work together and start building and creating. It doesn't happen overnight, but what's great about having guys like Paul Millsap, who's the new guy, he's such a high IQ player. And he's played the same style a few years ago in Atlanta. So watching that group today, when we started playing 5-on-5 full court, it was like they've been together for a long time. So I don't think it's going to take a while for them to develop that chemistry and that rhythm on the floor.
Whose idea was the Atlanta minicamp?
It was something that we had talked about as a staff that we wanted to really urge. I urged all of our guys to come to Vegas. We had a great turnout in Vegas. And then after that, we tried to get a whole group together every month of the summer, at least once a month. And when we got Paul and I talked to him and his people, and they told me they had a new facility, and a lot of guys like Atlanta, for obvious reasons, the weather, it just became an easy place for us to go with a brand new facility that can house us. So it was something that we as a staff were really pushing. After Paul got here, we talked with him and he kind of helped push Atlanta as well.
How'd Paul just look out there, first practice with you guys?
Yeah, he looked really good. I mean, he's a four-time All-Star for a reason. And what I like about him, he plays with a poise and he's never rushing. He's never out of control. He's always going to take what the defense gives him. And, watching him and Nicola play off of each other was a lot of fun to see. But, yeah, Paul had a very good first practice. I think a lot of our guys are tired. Like I said, everything we did today was live, competitive. A lot of it was up-tempo, full court. So I'm sure there's some fatigue going on, which is to be expected after the first practice.
Is he a guy who you can look to, when the season gets going, down the stretch at the end of the games, kind of like that closer type mentality that you can give the ball to and just kind of get a bucket?
I think what you can use with Paul Millsap, and I think he is a go-to player. And the great thing about him being a go-to player is that he's not just a guy that's going to score for you, but he's going to make the right play. He's going to create double teams at time, and he's so skilled. If he is double teamed, he's going to make the right play and find the open man. But obviously last year, coming off a season where we were 5-10 in games decided by 3 points or less, adding a player that you can go to late in games to score, to get fouled, or to create a double team is always valuable, and he's that guy.
You talked all summer about wanting to be more aggressive defensively and play more up and pick and rolls and things like that. Are you having to teach a lot of new things the guys aren't used to, or is it more just adjusting mindsets and conditioning?
I think it's probably a little bit of a combination of those two, Matt. Last year after we got Mason, we were pretty aggressive with Mason in pick and rolls. The one guy that probably has the biggest adjustment is going to be Nicola. We kept him down the floor. The whole goal with that was to eliminate the three-point shot, which obviously we didn't do. So our whole mindset going in is to be more aggressive. But I think Mason, Kenneth, Trey, Darrell, all those guys are comfortable being up. And Nicola, to his credit, in the month of September and after one training camp practice, has shown, hey, I'm willing to get up and I'm able to get up and communicate and be aggressive. Funny thing is, as we're doing our pick and roll defense today, our guards like it a lot more. Last year, when you have that big down the floor, that guard's on an island. Gary Harris said to me today, he goes, I really like having the bigs up and being aggressive. It's going to help our defense out a lot. And hopefully that can be the case as we continue to move along.
What is the challenge for Nicola in pick and roll coming up? Is it foot speed? Is it the read?
Yeah, I think his biggest challenge is going to be this. There are going to be times when he's able to be up at the level and impact the basketball. There will be times when he can't. And when he's down the floor, he's going to have to find that area on the floor where he can make almost like his line of demarcation. Say, listen, this is where I'm going to pick my spot. Teams will look to attack him in pick and roll. They're going to look to attack his feet. I thought in year one, if you guys remember, I know it's a long time ago, we played Charlotte at home and beat them, and we were switching pick and rolls with Nicola on to Kemba Walker in the fourth quarter, and he did an amazing job. So I know he can do it. Now the challenge is going to be buying in, committing, and doing it consistently. But I think teams will look to attack him in pick and rolls, and we have to make sure we give him help behind him.
Got some new faces in here overall. One thing that you talked about yesterday was the communication that you want to display on the court. How has that kind of gone and just trying to integrate everyone and having them all buy in together with what you're trying to install?
Yeah, it's gone well. And again, I know I keep on alluding to it, but I think the mini camp in Atlanta and the month of September really helped in that. Guys didn't show up yesterday, and we didn't have to hand out name tags. Hi, my name is Paul. We know who each other is, and there is a sense of togetherness and chemistry that's been created in the last month and a half. But we did some communication drills today, and we stressed it in every drill that we did. Talk your defense, and we got on guys when they weren't doing that. But hey, listen, 30 teams had a first practice of preseason. They all said it was great. That's to be expected. We have to continue to get better tonight, and hopefully we will.
Coach, just speaking with Bob, he was saying that something that surprised him was the agility from Nicola, especially from what he saw last year. How have you seen him develop and the work he's put in during the offseason?
Well, I tell you what, I give Nicola a lot of credit. As you guys know, I spent a week with him in Serbia, and watching him work every day on his body, on his game. I think Felipe and our strength staff have done a tremendous job in helping him lose weight and put muscle on, and just working on his foot speed and his quickness and his agility. And I think Nicola knows that we're going to be more aggressive this year, and if we're going to be more aggressive, he has to be willing and able to move his feet and at least guard and contain that dribble for 2 to 3 dribbles.
Kenneth had some comments yesterday, and obviously he's frustrated with what he sees as a jam at his position. He talked about how he's looking to add to his game. Are you looking for more of the consistency in what he brings to the table, or are you willing to kind of explore what it is that maybe he has added over the summer?
That will come out as we play. Kenneth had a great practice today. Great energy, took 3 charges. So I have, hey, listen, he thinks he's a starter. He's been a starter in the NBA. Mason Plumlee's been a starter on a playoff team as well. It's about doing what's best for the team, and if what's best for our team is to bring Kenneth off the bench right now, hey, go out there and play the best of your ability. I'm not expecting to see some of our guys stop and take pull-up threes in transition. I think you have to know who you are as a player and how you can help impact the game in a positive light. And Kenneth in this first practice, to me, he did what Kenneth Reed does. He played with great energy, has an unbelievable motor, took charges, kept the ball alive on the offensive glass, and finished around the paint. And if you do all that, hey, you're one of the better power forwards in the NBA.
Where'd you guys go for dinner?
We went to the Boulder